Hello there, class. Today we're going to be learning why you don't mess with the humans. Everyone knows not to mess with the humans, but sometimes you get an idiot who thinks that they can push their weight around. Well, humans are the scariest things to ever grace our galaxy. Let's start with their origin, shall we? What you see on the screen behind me are various pictures and average size and density calculations for various species that the humans drove to extinction before the invention of guns. Most of these were in and of themselves apex predators. Here is an interesting one. The woolly mammoth. This was said to be one of the humans' favourite prey items. But the size isn't what's terrifying about this creature, it's the environmental conditions in which it lived. During an ice age where temperatures were almost constantly below freezing. This is a clear display of human dominance in terms of physical ability. Now, I know that many of you would argue that physical ability means very little in terms of space warfare. And you would be correct. It can make a difference in close quarters combat, but that's very rare in modern day warfare situations. This mammoth is also a display of human ingenuity. Here we are. What you are seeing now are various animals that the humans domesticated. This one, called a horse, was used for transportation. Here you see it pulling a cart containing several human passengers. This one here is a bull. This reenactment is displaying how they use this animal to till their fields. Humans, for almost their entire development, have been finding ways to make things easier on themselves, and to automate various tasks. What you see here are some of the earliest human machines. These are capable of performing tasks hundreds, even thousands of times more efficient than humans. While it is true that most species end up automating tasks at some point, this is normally done for necessity. The humans did it only because they could. This footage is another reenactment from several tens of thousands of years ago, not long before humans joined the Galactic Union. These are what the humans call war drones. They are automated killing machines driven by AI. The humans would train this AI to kill their enemies for them, then release massive swarms of these drones onto their enemy, and just sit back to watch the destruction. This brings us to our modern day. Well, a few decades ago, I mean. Humans using AI have been able to encode and decrypt the cognitive patterns of most, if not all, sapient species in the galaxy. Here's a question for you, class. Have any of you ever heard of a brain bug before? After a short pause, several tentacles connected by a thin membrane, almost resembling a fin of sorts, slowly rose into the air. Yes? What is your answer? Isn't that a phenomenon that occurs occasionally when a thought is stuck in your head and difficult to remove? Yes, exactly. This term was once a form of slang that the humans used to describe the process. Now is a common term, used to describe it throughout the entire galaxy. Does anyone know why that is? After a minute of no response, the professor continued. That's fine. You see, class, this term refers to something else. The most terrifying invention in the entire galaxy. The brain bug AI. This is an AI that the humans invented in order to automate war. It's still debated whether this AI should be deemed a form of psychological warfare or not, but regardless, it is the most horrifying thing in existence. In fact, the only reason that its use has not been outlawed by the Galactic Union is because they are too afraid to outlaw the humans' most powerful weapon. The brain bug AI works exactly how it sounds. Through a series of easily replicatable stimuli, it created a reoccurring thought pattern that is nearly impossible to control. This is the brain bug AI. The thought pattern itself is the AI. The AI literally encodes itself into your central neural networks through this series of stimuli. It is capable of doing this for any known sapient species, but the AI isn't complex. In fact, it's probably one of the simplest AI ever created. All it does is bring up thoughts and memories. Unfortunately, these thoughts and memories are the ones that invoke the most fear in its host. Because of the sheer intensity of fear invoked by this AI, it becomes impossible to forget it. That's how it establishes itself into your neural network. Next, this fear grows more and more intense as the AI refines its code, using your very own cognitive capabilities to do so. While this is happening, the AI replicates itself in other members of your species by forcing you through fear to replicate the basic foundational stimuli while in the presence of others, evoking fear reactions from them and beginning the process to become established in them as well. Then, in the final stages of the infection, for some species taking only seconds, for others unfortunately taking days, the fear reactions become so intense that the host begins making irrational decisions, sometimes choosing to end themselves in order to stop the fear, others getting into accidents, and if that is not enough, then it results in the shutdown or overstimulation of vital organs needed to maintain homeostasis, resulting in eventual death. Then, as this process continues and affects more and more people, these fear processes spread further and further and become stronger and stronger. The more of the population that has died to this AI, the easier it is to spread itself, and the more powerful it is. Even just knowing of its existence is enough to make it more powerful and efficient. So then, you might be wondering why I am telling you all of this, since just knowing of the existence of the AI is enough to leave you vulnerable to its attacks. Well, that's simple, class. That is to let you know that the humans literally created a war machine powered by fear, capable of complete genocide in a matter of days or weeks. As future diplomats of your respective races, it is absolutely imperative that you come to an early understanding of what it means to mess with the humans. The humans, dear students, have fully automated the entire process of war, literally using the fear of their enemies to massacre them on a species-wide basis. As I mentioned previously, some species occasionally begin to become comfortable and start to push their weight around. Well, class, you should keep in mind that the humans have even automated the process of pushing back.